Hey guys, this is Simon from Fateless. Today we're going to be looking at some of the systems that we're putting in to try and improve the build. We're now post-alpha. We're in sort of full development mode again. I'm actually on the dev build here, so anything can happen whilst I'm looking around the dev build because ultimately we're constantly throwing new features in which can conflict with other stuff that we've got. But the first thing I'm going to show you here is kind of like inventory. I'm not sure if we're going to rename this yet, but anyways, it's kind of like your backpack, your bag. We've got all of our gear in here with filtering systems I'm going to show you in a sec. But you can also see if I had a bunch of resources, you can see my resources. You can see anything in terms of the ether stones and weapon upgrades, that type of thing. This is where you'll also find any kind of like consumables, I guess, like I don't know, if you had like energy refills, that type of stuff. So it would all live in your inventory. The thing I wanted to show you mainly is some of the upgrades that I said we were already kind of in development of, but we weren't able to release into alpha. So if I'm looking at gear here and I want to go into sell, so if I wanted to just, I don't know, filter out some stuff to sell, let's say I wanted to just sell boots, for example, I could click boots, I could hit select all, and then they're all available to be sold. You can see I'm going to gain the gold, and I hit confirm, and bam, we can multi-sell. I did say it was already around, but we weren't able to have it in for you for alpha. But yeah, being able to sort of multi-sell is kind of working. I see they're still there. Let me just actually go back in. Okay, so there's still like delays going through to our back end in the dev build, but ultimately the boots are gone. I've got the gold. That's working. If I just wanted to actually go through some filter options, I could say, give me a certain quality of gear, give me a certain rarity of gear, give me the way that you would attune to certain types of heroes. So for example, if I just wanted to attune here to the disruptors, and that would mean that we've got this kind of like Nightweave set. Okay, so Nightweave attunes to disruptors. Once we get into the sort of main release of the game, then I'll be able to do that sort of filtering as well. Let's reset that filter. I can look for different armor sets and filter those out completely. I can look at primary stat. I could say, just show me stuff that's got attack percent as the main stat, and then have a look at those and sort of work through those. I could also do the reverse and actually hit exclude stuff that's got attack percent as the main stat. So we've kind of got the option to either include or exclude. And then obviously secondary stats, we've got all of those available as well. So all of this is kind of like, I'd say 90% done. We still got some bugs to sort of iron out with it, but ultimately filtering is in, yeah, and sort of gear. I guess anything to do with gear and like managing your gear is in there in the bag or in the inventory. The other thing I want to show you is some of the filtering we've got here in the hero screen. So I actually appeared on GODFORGE earlier on the Adventures of Adam's channel. It's me and Charlemagne as well. We basically walked through a bunch of questions and like stuff around what we're going to release with and all that type of thing. So we had a really good conversation. You should go and check that video out. But we did release a couple of sneak peeks of stuff. So certainly towards the end for Charlemagne's birthday, happy birthday, we released a bunch of cool stuff. Which was fun, like sneak peek release. But for this, we're going to do the same sort of thing. I'm going to show you the filtering here for heroes. I'm going to specifically just look at the VYRAJ faction and show you a bunch of the heroes that we've had built for this. But you can see in terms of like hero filtering, all of this is in as well. So we can filter by their rank, by their rarity, by their archetypes, allegiance, leader bonuses. We can also look at heroes that have only been awakened or have got gear equipped or have got weapons. We can look at heroes that have got specific buffs and just filter those out. So are there any people that do specific buffs in the VYRAJ faction? It looks like VYRAJ are not known for buffs, or this is just not working. It could be one or the other, honestly. Looks like it's just not working right now. So either VYRAJ don't have any skills, which is possible as well, actually, that their skills are just not like keyed in properly yet. Definitely that's possible. But anyway, ultimately, we've got these different functions that are being built in for buffs, for debuffs, for disables, and for like instant abilities. So if I wanted to find someone, I don't know, that increases turn meter, I can look to see who's got those skills. So all of that is kind of like in the back end. All I want to do for the rest of this video is just show you some of the cool heroes we've got coming in for the VYRAJ faction. So we can have a little look, and you can see we've got a new background here. We've got a new background for most of the different factions now. And we've started to do some work on lighting and, yeah, the sort of hero roster screen in general. So we've got here Shunabog and his arch enemy, or I guess alter ego, Belobog. Looking pretty damn sweet. We've got Veles here, who might be my favorite hero right now. I don't know, there's so many cool ones, it's hard to say, but this guy has just got loads going on. He's digging in the dirt. Very, very sweet. There's still loads of polished stuff to do or whatever, but we are really starting to get there with like the lighting and the quality. We've got Svarog. Again, some polished stuff to do. Basically what we do is we get a lot of the idle animations like blocked in. It's called blocking it out, so that it's got like a basic feel to it. And then basically the animation team then go back in and do a load of tidy up work. So some of these might not even release for our kind of like next phase because of animation stuff. But this Baba Yaga here is going to be living in her little chicken hut thing. Whatever this is, like wicker basket, riding it, firing from her skull. Very sweet. Drac you would have seen in the alpha already. Again, you can just see how the lighting really starts to help us see the detail, the quality of work that is already in these amazing models here. And then the other legendary we've got in this faction right now is Perrin. He needs a load of cleanup, but damn, this guy is super sweet. He's going to have a wobbly axe going on down here. And if we get into some of the epic ends, so we've got Divana here. Divana. Looking pretty hot. Magura, she doesn't know how to hold a cup, but otherwise, looking cool. Mokosh. Great colors here. Really, really like vibrant look. Koske, I think this is, or Koske. Definitely don't hold me on the pronunciations yet. I've not looked into all of that stuff. We've got the Tree Man, Leshy. Nika's done a great job here. Damn, actually looks really cool. And then the final epic we've got in currently for the VYRAJ faction is Polonitsa. Again, looking very, very sweet. For those who are a fan of, which maybe I'll just fly through some of the rares as well, actually. Lada here. We've seen Maria Marevna already in Alpha. Who else have we got? Dobryna. Really cool shield. Look at that. Yeah, we got some clipping and stuff, but that's easily fixed. Very cool. This is one I wanted to show you as well. So I think actually really, really sweet. For those Witcher fans out there. So yeah, so obviously lots going on. Like tons going on in terms of the build. We've got new heroes literally going in every day. Most of the heroes for release are actually done and they're starting to go into the build, or they're already in the build. You can see we're sort of working through a lot of the different assets like portraits and stuff like that. And also the dev team are basically working through a lot of the different systems which were either not in or needed upgrading. An example of that is the Ascension systems basically being like overhauled. And yeah, we've got a load of changes since Alpha already. So that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed the VYRAJ faction and some of the updates. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're close to 100,000 subscriptions. And when we hit that, there'll be a juicy leak coming out to you guys and girls. I've been Simon from Fateless, and I will see you soon.